Take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
Easy. Lasso. Lasso.
Calls his own number. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he's sacked. A big play on. To stop this drive.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on 4th down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Feeling some heat. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. Couldn't find much room on the return, but what a costly miscue, and they've got it at the 26-yard line.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
He'll do it himself. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the 1st down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a 1st down.
So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. A fair catch called for and made. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get by.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was
Lost one deep down the right side. It looked like a catch, but they'll say he was out of bounds.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. He's not afraid to go deep. Makes a catch at the 15. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And I love the wheel route. I love calling it because most of the time, I'm going to get my running back, who's a fast athlete, in space against a linebacker or somebody who can't catch him. Nice play design. Nice job throwing it out in front of him. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Offense gets set for second down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to throw, it's Stewart. Buys a little extra time. Finds a man on the right. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
That's a nice-looking catch on that play. And I know Texas is known for DBs, and they're known for having really good running backs. Not a lot of great receivers over the years. I'll tell you what, though. This guy has really showed up in this game. He's making plays, and I know they want to continue to build a legacy at this position here in this program.
Leaves it with the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the tailback. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. To the ground with the back. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, this offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
Texas 7, Notre Dame 6.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. They've been running it, but now the pass. Makes the grab. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He's got his man, and he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Coming after it. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
At the 40, there he goes. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level or get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Give to the running back. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. And he's lucky to get that one back. This junior quarterback knows better than to try that too often.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Fourth down and 12 is four-down territory for this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they stop the fourth down pass. The defense gets off the field.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you can tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Running back searching for a hole. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. He'll run it again. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
And this brings up a third down and an identical situation, right? Like, do I want to be physical? Do I want to run the football? Or do I maybe want to take a shot? It's always interesting. These situations in football always come down to aggressiveness. How aggressive do you want to be? Because, Palmer, you kind of know what kind of coverage you're going to get.
Yeah, and I think for this running back, too, knowing him, he's just super competitive. He's going to want an opportunity to get another crack at this right now and really sort of get himself lathered up into the rhythm of this game. I'd give him another shot toting the rock here on third.
To the ground to try to move the chain. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. Can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
Dances away. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
And talking to the offensive coordinator before the game, he said, Jesse, I'm going to be aggressive, and they were aggressive right there. Flea flicker, trying to make the big play down the field, trying to create some momentum for this offense.
Well, the problem is sometimes with flea flickers is that if the primary target's not open, then there's nowhere to go with the football, and I think that's what happened on that play.
Back to pass, it's Stewart. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. And the Longhorns are rolling down the field. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. And fired the completion there in the red zone and set up at the 13.
Well, there's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorn!
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here come the Irish, back on offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a compliment.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Running to the left. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well.
Going for it all. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Hey, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
So they chose to just go ahead and kick it, so they're still down by 1. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Jacksonville State is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in CUSA, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over Rice. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes the Texas offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
And now on second down for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Stewart. Trying to escape and get it himself. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They're going to go to the air on 30 short. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The offense stays on the field despite the fact they've misfired on 2 fourth-down attempts already. Can they change their luck? Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He'll take a deep shot here. He's got it down the left. Not much of a fourth-down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
That's a big-time completion. And guys, I think they caught the defense napping right there. I think everybody on defense thought that they were going to maybe throw to the sticks on that one, but instead, quarterback had some other ideas. He had a matchup he loved one-on-one, vertically down the field. He took advantage of it. This guy made a great catch. Let's keep this drive going.
They'll throw it on first down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. And the Longhorns moving quickly to the line. On second down, wants to throw it. Gets it out quickly.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
To the air, it's Stewart. Trying to get to him. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. I guess they believe the entire field is 4-down territory. A bit of an odd choice, but they'll go for it on 4th and 12 miles. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. They needed a bunch on 4th down, and boy, did they get it.
And I get aggressiveness. We get aggressiveness. We want to be aggressive, take shots down the field. First half, they felt like 4th and long. No big deal, and they get it. I imagine we'll get a few more of those.
Looking to go up top on first down. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback checking off. On second down, he'll let it fly. Looking for a big play. Got it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Texas!
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Longhorns will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. Start this third quarter, one possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something. He's
got it downfield for a huge gain. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Going up top on first down. He's got his man. Smashes through the tackle. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
They got the touchdown, but now they want the two to tie this baby up. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Quarterback adapting. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. It's Stewart. They've got the screen set up. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. They're working that left side. Still on his feet at the 45. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
We're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust.
Travel. Arrow. Timber. Acorn. Griffin. Tuna. Slide 22. Slide 22.
On third down, he drops to throw. Got a man. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offensive success on third down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
Here we go.
From the red zone, looking for a man. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On the
After the misfire, now on second down.
Basic. Easy.
They're going to test the right side with this one. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, running up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own.
You know what, Reese, it is a great play, and I think they were a nickel, so they brought an extra guy on the field that has some speed, take a linebacker that's a little bit slower off the field, and you could see it paid dividends on that third down.
The offense staying out there. It's been a 50-50 proposition on fourth down. They're 2 for 4. Quarterback will audible. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Fires to the end zone. And it's incomplete. A missed opportunity for the offense.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Here come the Irish back on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense...
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
I know this defense feels like they missed some opportunities. Yeah, they had 2 sacks their last game out, but they feel like they left a bunch more out on the field, and they wanted to try to get to the quarterback in this game. That was finally the first time they registered a sack so far here. Curious to see how this pass rush looks the rest of the way.
Pulled down for the tackle.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to them in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got his man. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
They'll throw it on first down. The sure hands, it's hard. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. He's looking to throw it. Finds his man. Stopped after making the catch.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, you can see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
The give to the back. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the middle. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy has had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
On second down, wants to throw. They're trying to get to it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Lofts one high and deep. Nice hands on the right sideline as he has it for a huge gain.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his run.
Line gets set, first down. Leaves it with the running back. And he didn't find a whole lot of running room, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter.
Texas 21, Notre Dame 19.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Running the red zone. It's Russo. Noses his way forward. Maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Got his man in the middle. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's what he catch, a big fella.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air, it's Stewart. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guy. So aggressive, going and getting...
Just steamrolling the defense. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. The handoff keeps working on that clock. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football now.
Enormous play coming right here. 3rd down, and this crowd is bringing down the house. Looking for the score. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there at that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
Texas.
From inside the 15, here's the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Power football with the run. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the 1st down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Quarterback checking the play. Trying to find his man on 1st down. He's going to run it. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Here's the handoff. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Looking downfield, it's Stewart. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times, almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. He's moving out of the pocket. Another incompletion on third down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller and certainly if you're the quarterback that you're going to have time to throw.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. He turns that loose down the right side. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
And some people won't like that, but I like aggressiveness, and that's who they are as an offense, so it's okay to be aggressive. But I know one thing now. After that fourth down stop and you're trailing, I'm going to need my defense to be aggressive. It's going to be a big possession right here in the fourth quarter to get me the football back.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. Looking for space. It's Russo. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
The Irish send out the punt unit. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for them.
After that last completion, it's second down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Back to pass, it's Stewart. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth.
Yeah, and this offense needs a touchdown, and this defense is coming up big. The second sack in a row, time running down, now forcing a fourth down. Nice job by this defense.
55 feet. Longer.
On fourth down, going to the air. He's taking a deep shot. Makes the catch down the right side. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining.
And you just can't allow that to happen defensively. It's fourth in California. You're in a big zone defense. Everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback. You can't let them pick that up. Somebody's got to make a play on the football, swat it away, get the interception, get off the field. What are we doing?
It's complete. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Looking to throw it, Stewart. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the fourth quarter.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. And they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. And that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. On second down, he'll fire. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Off play action. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. Intercepted. Taking it the other way. Bust through behind his pad. And he steps out of bounds after getting the pick, and this one is in the books. It's one thing to execute